Look around you right now. The walls of your room, the glass in your windows, the concrete foundation beneath your feet, the asphalt roads outside, and the very screen of the device you are using to watch this video. Sand, Earth's vital unseen resource. To put that staggering number into perspective, that is enough material to build a solid wall 88 feet high and 88 feet wide around the entire equator every 12 months. It is the literal foundation of modern human civilization. And right now, the world is rapidly, dangerously running out of it. You might be thinking, we have the Sahara, we have the Mojave. The Earth is covered in massive, endless deserts. How could we possibly be running out of sand? Here is the multi-trillion-dollar secret that the global supply chain is built upon, and the paradox that dictates modern engineering. Desert sand is completely, unequivocally useless to us. Because desert sand is shaped by wind, the grains constantly tumble against each other. Over thousands of years, this aeolian process polishes them until they become perfectly round and smooth. Sand crumbles, structure fails. To build modern civilization, you need sand shaped by water. You need the jagged, angular grains found at the bottom of rivers, lakes, and oceans. These jagged edges lock together like microscopic puzzle pieces, providing the immense structural strength required to build skyscrapers, highways, and bridges. To understand just how useless desert sand is, look at Dubai. When the United Arab Emirates built the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world, it was constructed right on the edge of the vast Arabian desert. Yet, to actually build the tower, Dubai had to import massive shipments of jagged sand all the way from the beaches of Australia. They are surrounded by an ocean of sand, and they still had to buy it from a continent 6,000 miles away. The modern world was not built on the Sahara. It was built on the dredged bottoms of the world's waterways, and the companies and syndicates that control those waterways are quietly running a global empire. Let's start with the device in your hand. Inside your smartphone, your computer, your car, and every server farm currently powering the artificial intelligence revolution is a silicon microchip. To manufacture those chips, tech giants need silicon wafers. And to melt the raw silicon to make those wafers, you need crucibles that can withstand unimaginable heat without contaminating the product by even a single atom. Those crucibles can only be made from one thing: the purest, highest grade quartz sand on Earth. And almost all of it comes from one single, heavily guarded location. A quiet, unassuming town called Spruce Pine in North Carolina. Deep within the Appalachian Mountains lies a massive geological anomaly. Roughly 380 million years ago, a collision of tectonic plates pushed a massive deposit of magma toward the surface without it ever erupting. As it cooled deep underground over millions of years, it formed pegmatite containing quartz so exceptionally pure that it essentially has no equal anywhere else on the globe. A couple of highly secretive mining companies control this deposit. They don't have public storefronts, they don't run advertisements, but they hold an absolute terrifying bottleneck over the global economy. If a natural disaster, a massive supply chain failure, or a targeted attack were to shut down the Spruce Pine mines, the global production of microchips, solar panels, and fiber optic cables would grind to a devastating halt within a matter of weeks. There is no backup reserve. Trillions of dollars in global tech value, military hardware, and global communications hinge entirely on a few acres of jagged white sand in the American South. But microchips are just a tiny, highly specialized fraction of the market. The real devourer of the world's sand is the global construction industry. Concrete is essentially just sand and gravel glued together with cement. And as developing nations urbanize at a breakneck pace, particularly across Asia and Africa, the demand for construction sand has skyrocketed to levels the Earth simply cannot naturally replenish. China alone used more sand in the span of 3 years than the United States used in the entire 20th century. To feed this insatiable hunger, massive European and Asian dredging conglomerates have built fleets of titanic ships. These aren't just boats. They are floating mega factories. They drop massive, articulated suction tubes to the ocean floor and vacuum up thousands of tons of sand an hour. This process leaves deep, dead underwater craters in their wake. They are literally strip mining the ocean floor, vacuuming up entire marine ecosystems, destroying coral reefs, and annihilating local fisheries just to spit out the raw materials for the next megacity. But even these corporate leviathans, with their billion-dollar machines, cannot dredge fast enough to keep up with the world's concrete addiction. When a resource becomes this incredibly valuable, and the legal supply cannot meet a staggering global demand, a dark parallel economy is inevitably born. Welcome to the world of the sand mafias. In places where rapid urbanization meets loose regulations, sand is no longer a cheap, invisible commodity. It is liquid gold, and it is defended with lethal force. In India, the sand mafia is arguably the largest and most ruthless criminal enterprise in the country. They operate fleet upon fleet of illegal dredging boats on major waterways like the Ganges and the Narmada rivers. They scrape the riverbeds so relentlessly that they destroy the structural integrity of the banks. Across the developing world, there are documented cases of massive public bridges suddenly collapsing into rivers, killing dozens of people because illegal sand miners had secretly stripped away the sediment supporting the bridge's massive concrete pillars. And when local journalists, police officers, or environmental activists attempt to expose these illegal operations, the response is swift and brutal. People are run over by illegal sand trucks, attacked by hired thugs, or simply vanished. The sand mafia operates with almost absolute impunity, bribing local officials and paying off authorities because the profit margins are staggering. Just like cartels launder money, these syndicates launder sand. They mix illegally dredged river sand with legally obtained supplies, doctor the shipping manifests, and sell it directly to major international real estate developers. The black market for sand is currently estimated to be worth hundreds of billions of dollars annually. It is a shadowy underworld that quietly rivals the global narcotics trade in sheer volume and violence. The theft isn't limited to rivers. Entire coastlines and islands are disappearing overnight. In the Caribbean, managers of luxury resorts have woken up to find their pristine white beaches completely gone, stolen under the cover of darkness by fleets of dump trucks and front-end loaders, scooped up and sold to the construction industry. In Indonesia, illegal sand miners have literally dredged entire islands out of existence. Over 24 small islands have vanished from the map forever, scraped down to the bedrock and sold to the highest bidder on the international black market. Look at the Mekong Delta in Vietnam, one of the most vital agricultural regions on the planet. Illegal and unregulated sand mining has removed so much sediment from the riverbed that the delta is actively sinking. As the riverbed drops, salt water from the ocean rushes upstream, poisoning the rice paddies and destroying the livelihoods of millions of farmers. We are literally cannibalizing our global food supply just to build more concrete high-rises. But who is buying all this stolen land? The answer brings us to the final and most terrifying layer of the global sand monopoly. Nations are no longer just fighting over sand to build skyscrapers. They are using sand as a geopolitical weapon to physically redraw the map of the world. Look at the South China Sea. Over the past decade, massive fleets of state-sponsored dredging ships have pumped millions of tons of sand onto submerged coral reefs, artificially creating entirely new islands out of thin air. Once the sand settles and hardens, military airstrips, radar towers, and missile silos are built on top. By manufacturing land where none existed, superpowers are artificially extending their territorial waters and securing military dominance over one of the most vital global shipping lanes. Singapore, tiny nation, vast land gain. By aggressively importing massive quantities of sand from its poorer neighbors, pouring it into the ocean, and building outward, the environmental devastation caused in the countries exporting this sand became so severe that Indonesia, Malaysia, and Cambodia had to officially ban the export of sand to Singapore. But as history shows us, bans rarely stop a desperate market. They simply drive the trade underground, right back into the hands of the syndicates. We are living in an era of peak sand. The rivers are being scraped down to the bedrock. The coastlines are eroding. The high-purity quartz reserves are being heavily guarded like state secrets. Waterborne sand takes thousands of years for nature to create through the slow, grinding forces of geological erosion. Decades vanish. Scientists race for new paths. They are experimenting with grinding up glass bottles, testing new forms of concrete that require less aggregate, and even trying to invent massive, energy-intensive ovens to artificially bake and crush desert sand to make it usable. But so far, nothing can match the cheap, abundant efficiency of natural river and ocean sand. The invisible cartel of legitimate corporate monopolies and violent black market syndicates continues to pull the strings of global development. They control the foundation of our cities, the silicon in our computers, the security of our food supply, and the very shape of our coastlines. Gaze down at sand, 21st century's gold, and it is rapidly slipping through our fingers.
Thanks for watching Macro Explainer. Subscribe for more clear breakdowns.